Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Te Atiawa First Nations people and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, what do I read on next? What I want to have a quick look at is, I want to have a look at, oh gosh, many, so many little snippet topics. Leon Muskrat has come out on Twitter and also threatened the Canadian election. So he came out and threatened the Brazilian First Lady. I would absolutely butcher her first name, so I do apologise. But the First Lady Lula da Silva, because she told him to go and have relations with himself, and he threatened that they would lose the next election. He has since come out. There's a guy called Robert Ronning, if I got that correctly, who's a twit on Twitter, also known as X, came out and basically said, help Canada get rid of Trudeau. And Elon Muskrat replied, he will be gone next election. So again, he's insinuating that he can have influence over the election beyond just social media. What I got feeling from that is that Muskrat is feeling. When I was reading that, I got clearly the word emboldened. So what's happened is because of the silence coming from the Biden administration, which does not mean they are not doing anything. If we mere plebs know, trust me, they know, and they know the top experts to be getting onto what needs to be getting onto. So that doesn't mean you don't write to the White House and say, please, you need to do this. Feel free to do that. I think it's whitehouse.gov or something along those lines. Just you guys in the US will know what it is. So just Google it. Just Google it. Google is your friend. But trust me, if we know, they know. But what's happened is I got the word emboldened. So I'm just going to have a little throw on that. I'm just going to do a bit of a combo reading here, because what's also happened is that Trump has come out and announced that he is considering using his wartime powers. What wartime powers? To declare a state of national emergency so that he can then use the military to deport either illegals or even citizens who he decides they're going to revoke their citizenship. So that's what Trump is intending to do. It's not like, we knew this before the election, you and I. It's not like this was a secret, but he's actually coming out and publicly announcing it. So all these people who perhaps voted for him at one stage are now having this, but you weren't meaning me. What, you mean me? Moment. They're having a F around and find out moment. So what I want to have a look at, I just very quickly, I'm going to ask, big yes, big yes. I've always felt that if Trump is inaugurated, Congress can kiss themselves goodbye, because he will rule by executive order, executive decree. He has he has no intention of things being channeled through the normal way. He's just going to decide. Well, it's not so much him; it's his handlers are going to decide, and he will just sign it. So, Supreme Court, Congress, you might as well just pack up your bags and go on holidays. Okay, but let's have a look. So, McConnell, who's having a bit of a pearl clutching moment. Tough bickies, you had your go. Okay, back onto right. So what's happened is Musk has now also threatened the Canadian elections, threatened the Brazilian elections. The word I got was emboldened. What is it that we need to know about Musk? 2025, I always get it's going to be a horrific year for him, as in not doing well. I gather Canada's also just signed something for Starlink. Oh, yes, please. So show me. Oh, well, I'm assuming he did it in the US elections in some way. Musk wants to get the Starlink up and operational before the Canadian elections. I'm not sure when they are. Haven't looked it up. But he wants it all. He all in place. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so show me, why am I getting what do I need to know about Elon Musk going forward? What's going to happen with Elon Musk going forward? Elon Musk going forward. It feels exhausting. Okay, come on down, let's have a look. Elon Musk going forward. Yeah, nightmares. Nightmares, anxiety. He knows that if he doesn't manipulate this, then he's um, dust in the wind. But is it his nightmares, or is he causing these nightmares? Anxiety, stress, anguish. Oh boy, oh boy. Actually, I do like on the bottom though, is the rebalancing. Okay, dark money behind the scenes, um, plots being, election plots is what I'm getting there, being forged in the furnace. Okay, why am I getting emboldened? Here's the voter at the bottom. Um, we've got the US election loss here, although it's not over. This tree is full of light and you've two cups still standing, just needs to be harvested. Elon, why am I getting, what do we need to know about you, and why am I feeling you are emboldened? Yeah, he's offering himself up. He's got everything lined up here. Is this Elon, or is this the government's? I'm really getting a feeling that the guardrails, the barriers, they're just offering it up to him. The governments are just saying, here, take it. Thinking about the Canadian government here with signing Starlink, it's like, here, take it. Goodness me. Okay, but what's the future hold? Right, a naivety in the immediate future, but externally, it's all about stealing. Internally, I mean, 7 and 5 of swords, you couldn't stack that if you tried. There is a naivety in the immediate future here. Externally, it's all about stealing, but perhaps he gets greedy and comes back for too much. It's all about betrayal, treason, abuse of power, winner takes all type things. The hopes and fears, an offer comes forward, or is this hope as an offer comes forward, presenting information? The fear is this is Elon offering his services. As far as I'm concerned, yep, this is a plan looking overseas. We've got the strength, but we've got the Ace of Swords here as well. The outcome for him. The overseas, I'm going to say the overseas messaging coming together that has a strength in regards to truth and peace and justice. Couldn't make that up. And there's Elon being forced to retreat as unexpected information is released with the Queen of Cups there. And it's a new beginning, starting anew, or is it simply the foolishness of the devil? Secrets revealed, hidden secrets revealed, that's going to bring about a tower moment for him and his mercenary actions. Okay, again, as usual, not ending up with well for Elon as information is brought forward. His foolishness in tying himself to his addictions, and I'm not just talking about his alleged ketamine addiction, entertainment only. I'm talking about his addiction to power and money and dominance. We've got hidden agendas being revealed that are going to bring about a tower moment for Elon in regards to his mercenary actions. However, to restore balance. There are decisions that need to be made. It is not set in stone. There is a choice that needs to be made by those that are in authority about which path they are going to go forward, and which one path leads down into the bramble thicket where it's full of swamp and weeds, and the other path is lit and is the path of strength. So there is still this crossroads moment. The Wheel of Fortune, it's a gamble which way it turns as to the change that is coming. But we do have the snake on the path being exposed, a harsh truth coming forward, and a significant ending. So, Elon, I think he's going to get caught. They may not catch everything, but I think he's going to get caught with enough. But as I said, he's feeling emboldened. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Trump announcing that he is going to declare a national emergency and invoke the War Act or something along those lines so that he can use the military to round up and deport. What do we need to know about that? I still don't feel that Trump or Vance or any of those or Musk or any of them will actually end up in the White House in the administration. I think I keep feeling they'll be stopped, but there are decisions that need to be made to bring that about by the current administration. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But, okay, thank you. Right. Oh, I'm going to bring you up and I'm going to have a little chat. I'll just put the cards down there for a moment. Okay. Part of this Trump declaring is what I'm getting told is because he's trying to preempt Biden declaring a state of emergency and bringing forth the War Act. Because if it's shown that the election was interfered with from overseas entities or even from within, Biden can declare a national emergency and invoke the War Act. Now, the problem is that, okay, thank you. I'm really interested in this as to which way it will be perceived. Okay, we'll keep going with this because, okay, thank you. So a lot of people think and still think and traditionally think that war is about tanks and guns and missiles being shot and, what's happening between Russia and Ukraine at the moment. However, the majority of what is actually war on a country is undertaken by cyber and AI and hackers. So this is about interfering with the electricity grids or the water distribution channels. This is about hacking into the banking systems and stealing information or stealing money. All these sorts of actions. Those are the new war. The new level of what war is. It's a bit like swapping from, going from World War One, where it was basically you dug two trenches side by side and you just shot at each other until, one side was basically had nobody left, which is very much how the Civil War was as well. Everybody just lined up in their bright and colourful outfits and fired their muskets until there was nobody left on the other side. So it's like a shift from that to if you go to with World War II in the Papua New Guinea area with the guerrilla warfare, and then into Vietnam with the very much guerrilla warfare, warfare by stealth, warfare in small numbers where it would be a sort of an attack and run. That started in World War II, but really came in. It started in World War II, but really developed in the Vietnam War, and then that changed again from that type of warfare to terrorism, where small pockets would cause great chaos in the opposing country, etc. So again, the definition of what was considered warfare changed again. Now, at the moment, because there is a traditional war going on between Russia and Ukraine, the people, a large number of people's perception is that's what war is, but it's not. Well, it is, but the war of the modern times is more about on the hacking, cyber security level. So, um, okay, am I right in this? Interesting split two of cups and the tower moment, but show me, show me. It's about undermining the current administration in regards to the steel. However, the steel may backfire on the Trump mob as well. So the sly deviousness of stealing just enough and only leaving a little bit behind, I'm going to say in an attempt to undermine the current administration is what I'm getting there. Okay, am I right in this? Show me Trump's, what's behind Trump's, well, we know what's behind it, but this feels multi-layered. Is Trump's declaration of national emergency / war to undermine the Biden administration doing it? Okay, come on down, let's have a look. Yeah, it's making the messaging really burdensome going forward. Chaotic, burdensome. Yeah, okay. I mean, the Dems are not particularly good at selling a message to start with because they actually try to sell the entire message. They're not particularly good at three-word slogans. But yeah, this is causing chaos in the messaging that may have been used and making it a burdensome message because of the wording itself. Yeah, the government. For the government. And the government at the moment is the Biden administration on the base. There is a really, really heavy decision that will need to be made going forward. It's a bit like in 2020, Trump started up prior to the 2020 elections, he started up the rigged election shenanigans, battle cry, etc., so that if the Democrats after the event claimed that the elections were rigged because the Democrats had been decrying Trump for so long, saying counteracting his claim of rigged elections, it means that Trump owns the rigged election narrative. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, at the moment, he's trying to throw chaos for the national emergency. Okay, let's see where this goes. There's Harris in the past, treason, heartbreak, loss, despair, anguish, but treason in the past. So I'm asking, what's behind Trump declaring this? The grief of the way the election went, potentially. I'm getting treason here. Okay. Crowning this reading. The Seven of Pentacles. They are attempting to reap the harvest. The basket is not full yet. It's actually got nothing in it. They are not in power. They do not have the Senate yet. They do not, well, they have the House, but barely. I could have sworn the House was going to swap over before the election, but things took a turn the way they turned. I've talked to you before about divergence points and choices. So we can see point A and point B, but in between there's this whole wiggly that goes on. Yeah, they are attempting to harvest the opportunities, but they can't do it yet. But they're trying to own the narrative of it. Okay, the immediate future, we have an influential female figure bringing forth a message. This is my France card, but it can be, the messaging's not going to be coming from Harris or Biden, but there is another female that will be bringing forward powerful message. or a powerful plan, something along those lines. What's behind this messaging? Oh, okay. I am wondering whether it's, what's her name? Susie Wiles, is it? His chief of staff or something? Oh gosh, I hope not. I hate her to be a queen. Okay, the immediate future. Packing up the swords of truth and moving them forward externally, internally, the dark money behind the scenes, um, forging opportunities. Yeah, even though I usually like these cards, this is really taking off. I'm going to say that's Susie Wiles or some other female that will take this and run with it, um, or just reinforce it. They're going to take off with the truth. They're going to take off with the narrative of the truth. And it is a plan that's being forged behind the scenes. We've got the oligarchical money here, the legacies. There's a harsh truth coming forward, though, for them in regards to the election steal that will restrict the Trump supposed administration, more like the clown show, and bring about an ending and a new beginning that starts with joy, and then they are put in a position to defend themselves. This could also be defending the best of democracy, and the rights of the voter. Oh boy, there are some hidden votes that are going to be exposed, and we've got the whistleblower here again. Oh, the whistleblower again has turned up. On the base, we've got decision that needs to be made in regards to some sort of, look at these kings. Decision needs to be made. Information and action is going to be brought forward. Legal stuff. This can be my Alex Whiting or my Jack Smith card. We've got Biden here as well in regards to the steal that will bring about a complete and utter downfall and stop those who were involved. Things are going to be paused. I have always seen that the inauguration will be delayed. I mean, gosh, I hope I'm right. Again, it depends on what these three kings decide. Information is brought forward, legal action is brought forward, and there's my Biden card. Can also be DOJ, IRS, FBI types card. But yeah, the betrayal and treason, the steal is at a downfall, is ending. Okay, so that was a bit of a long reading because we hit a couple of topics there. That's what's happening, is that Trump and co are trying to get ahead of the narrative to claim the the declaration of national emergency and war footing as their own, and therefore, if Biden tries to invoke it, there will be they'll it's like this, stop the steal type rigged election narrative that they lay claim to, is the feeling I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to end that there. That was a little bit convoluted. I shall catch you shortly. Take care. Bye bye.